It's your boy T-Bear Reaction. Today is Music Monday. You're watching Music Monday. About to get to some direct production. When another what had happened was this one I wanted to do because I feel like this is something I had as a kid without even knowing it. And this is the Casio SK1. Or you either had something that or something close to it though. Either way. I had a little keyboard that was getting the house for me and my brother. Cause brother was in my brother. Shout out to my older brother Dewan, aka Diesel Production as well too. We have a collaboration on Spotify about the way based off of my emotional breakdown beat. But anyway, long ago as a kid, we had a back living in Garrett Street as a kid. We had a Casio keyboard. And my mom felt like she said, look back there, she said I was a producer in the making already. Cause I used to mess with the little buttons and whatever it is on there, not know what's considered a sample at the time. I thought it was just a keyboard. So I'm wondering if this is the damn keyboard or it was the second one my brother had, but I don't know what he did with afterwards. Either way, this has got to be a lot of kids' childhood right here, and that's is the Casio SK1. So we're gonna hear direct production talk about what had happened was about the sampling, the keys that was used for sampling before, the MPC keys, as well as before the ASR. Let's get it.
What's up? You got your boy Direct, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe, because today we're gonna be talking about the Casio SK1 keyboard. What had happened was, so the year is 1985, and Saturday morning cartoons is everything for kids. You have Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Muppet Babies, the Smurfs, the Littles, Inspector Gadget,
yes,
Dennis, Kids were in heaven with cartoons. And man, talk about the dope commercials. Like, do y'all remember this? Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll.
I'm still not a fan of that though. They got a lot of stuff on my job, but I'm a blow pop person, man.
To me,
I'm blow pop and someone dum dums.
We are Flintstone
kids.
A million strong and growing. Or does anyone, particularly from New York, please tell me if you remember this commercial? I'm really glad they made the Children's Aid Society.
I'm a Philly kid, so I can't say can't vouch for that.
Y'all might think I'm crazy, but in 1985, that commercial was the ish. And amongst all these fly commercials, there was one commercial that always seemed to stand out. And that was from a company called Casio. Yeah, Casio, known for watches and Swatch watches and all that, would have a commercial where a kid will be in his bedroom or in the living room, and that kid will just look like if he's having the time of his life. And why, you might ask? Because that kid is playing music with a mini keyboard. Now, in 1979, Casio wanted a change. They wanted a change in the company. They wanted to beef up their research and development squad so that when the 80s came in, they were good to go. And when 1980 hit, Casio put out their first keyboard, the Casio Tone 201 electric keyboard. You had 29 sounds. You could play 8 notes at the same time. They also released their first solar-powered calculator.
Oh, nice.
Wow, I can use this calculator without batteries.
Yeah.
It's powered by the sun.
Yeah, I think my brother had something like that.
Dictionary. Wow, I don't need Webster's anymore. And in 1983, they released the DW
G-Shock
5000, their first G-Shock watch. Unbelievable. It was rumored that with this G-Shock watch, You could just throw it off a roof of a building and it won't break. Amazing. But there was one department that they looked at. They looked at the kids department, and something was missing. Not only for kids, but for adults too. Something was missing in music production. And Casio, being the innovators that they are, decided to fill that void. And in 1985, Casio released their SK1 keyboard. You're getting 32 mini keys for voice polyphony. You're getting an additive synthesis section that allows you to use 5 PCM tones: piano, brass ensemble, trumpet.
Yeah, I think this is the one my brother got later though, but still, because of the voice sampling, that's the only thing. But I remember that they had like the ones playing the sample, like Bossa Nova and all that. I think it was close to it though, but
synth drums and human voice. You're also getting 3 synth tones.
let me say, no, okay, I could be wrong. This may not be it, but it's close to. But I had a Casio keyboard that was almost like this as well too, but I'm not sure if this was it. So yeah, so this may not have been it. But unless this was the one, like I said, I think my brother had from himself though. But yeah.
Flute, pipe organ, and jazz organ. You're getting an 8-bit 9.38 kilohertz sampler in this joint. You're also getting, count it, 1.4 seconds of sample time. Can you imagine how much you could do with 1.4 seconds? You're getting a loop feature. You're getting 11 drum patterns.
Wow.
Disco, rock, pop, march, samba, rumba, 4-beat, swing, slow rock, waltz. And we
What's he
can't
doing with his other
forget
hand?
the
Trying to
infamous
see
pattern everyone always
what, a
wants.
mixer or something.
And that's Bossa Nova.
Yup.
Casio got it. They got it right.
Then I could be
this
right.
time.
I don't know,
Casio
man.
was on a roll. They sold millions of their G-Shock watch, millions of their calculators, and now they were selling a ton of these mini keyboards. Think about it. The SK1 was the perfect gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were a parent in the 1980s and you just didn't have time to keep up with all the toys the kids wanted, from G.I. Joes to Gem to Transformers, when Christmas or their birthday came around, you didn't have to pull your hair out thinking about, what am I gonna get little Daniel? You know what you brought him? You brought him.
Oh, you probably didn't peep. I'm trying to figure this is one, but you probably didn't peep who that was right there.
Your hair out thinking about,
what
am
all
I
time?
gonna
Wow,
get
one.
little Daniel?
Little,
You know,
look, in case you know, do anybody recognize who that is? That is a young Jalil White.
what you brought him? You brought him a Casio SK1 keyboard. The perfect gift. And little Daniel was happy at Christmas when he opened up the
hold on, I'm sorry, I'm just really trying to figure out if this the one I had or was it the. I'm really trying to figure this out, man. It'd be some crazy shit that I had a production to the whole time, not knowing I had production to the whole time. That I could have been a producer at a young age. Who knows, man? That'd be some crazy. That would be some crazy shit though. That I had a chance of being a producer at a young age because I had a Casio keyboard, man. I really feel like that. Like I said, I don't think it's the one. This one is something close to it though, but I don't think it's that one though. But yes, all right. It may not be that one. I feel like it possibly was, but it should have been. But oh well. Anyway,
and saw that Casio, man. He was smiling from ear to ear. You couldn't stop Daniel from playing that all throughout the night until it got real late. Daniel would go to his room, put the Casio SK1 mini keyboard on his dresser, and never touch it again for the rest of his life.
oh,
That was usually the scenario with the SK1 keyboard. People, even the kids, looked at it as a toy that was like, in one day, out the other. It was
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm playing the keyboard. I'm playing all these little cute
Boy,
sounds.
man, we didn't
But
know.
I'm not really learning anything. The sounds is kind of cheesy after a while, and I want to play with my Triptychon. I don't want
Your
I don't want
Triptychon.
to play with this thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? And they never used it again. But for the 3 kids that did continue to use it, they cracked the code. The code of what, you ask? The code of music production. I hope you know these Casio SK1 keyboards, even though they was really miniature in size, they were pretty advanced production pieces of the day. For instance, it had a chord mode that would play the rhythm and allow you to change the rhythm based on the key you select with the type of scale on top of the key. Meaning, like, you might select the C key and on top of it, it'll say minor. So all of a sudden the rhythm will change to a minor scale or a major 7th scale on the D key. And all of a sudden the rhythm will change to a major 7th scale. It's pretty dope. This keyboard for the money wasn't a bad sampler. It had tracks in it. Sorta, it wasn't really labeled tracks, but they're solo
So
1,
I feel like
solo 2,
I'm
and
silly.
chord mode were kind of like tracks.
I seriously
You could
feel like
record
we
them
had this.
independently,
'Cause
and
I'm
then
recommending
in
the chord
replay, the
mode.
keyboard will mix it together, and you can mix your song. That's pretty impressive. This keyboard even had envelopes. You had 13 envelopes labeled on top of certain keys. And if you selected them and played your keys, all of a sudden you'd get a delay effect or some kind of sustain effect. This thing was a synthesizer. Casio really surprised folks with the amount of features they put into this little guy in 1985. It shocked folks. It's like, you're in the 80s and you're trying to dress cool for the culture, you know what I'm saying? You got your Benettons and you might have your Lee jeans all ripped up for some reason because you wanted to play tackle football in the street.
Right.
But you go to the local store where you buy all the gear that you like, and you see Polo, you see an Adidas sweatsuit, a Nike sweatsuit, and they got the mannequins there, and you're like, okay, this seems cool. You're checking out some of the outfits. This mannequin got a hat, this mannequin got a chain. So one of the mannequins has a pair of shades you saw before. So you walk up to the mannequin and you're looking at it and you touch the shades, and right before you pull it off, it moves. It starts talking to you like, hey, what's up, Reggie? What's going on? You're like, oh my gosh. Oh.
Yo, his commentary
Is that
hilarious.
you? He's like,
His
yeah.
character
You're like, oh my
is
gosh, man.
hilarious.
Whoa, you got so many brand names on you. I thought the mannequin was moving. That's how surprising the features on the Casio SK1 keyboard was at this time. So the workflow of the Casio SK1 keyboard is real easy. All you have to do is move the first switch down to record and play a melody. That's it. After you finish playing your melody on the keys, move that switch back up to play, press the autoplay button, and then it'll play back the melody you just played. And it also has a one-key play button where every time you press either of the buttons, it will play the note you just played. So this allows you to really quickly just play your melody real fast or real slow. You know what I'm saying? This was a dope keyboard. So when the Casio SK1 came out, it was about $90. It was really affordable. That's why a lot of parents brought it for the kids. It was a no-brainer as, just a quick gift for the kids to enjoy. But who would have knew that for some folks, this was their gateway drug into music production?
Right.
You had legendary producers like Marley Marr using the Casio SK1 keyboard on some of his early songs with
Wow.
MC Shan and Roxanne Shante. you had producers like Large Professor that said using the Casio SK1 keyboard in the mid 80s is what helped him crack the code of music production. You know, just the whole philosophy of sampling something
That's
and
awesome right
it
there.
being pitched up on the
I
key,
feel like
allowing you to play different tones and
feel like I missed
sounds on the
opportunity I had as
fly,
a kid.
or just the understanding of how you could flip the demo song, like in a MIDI way, where you know the song will play a pattern, and if you press bossa nova or samba or something, all of a sudden the sound will switch.
Yeah.
The pattern will remain the same, but the sound will just switch. This helped him crack the code of understanding bigger production equipment. The Casio SK1 is still regarded as one of those affordable pieces that still today finds itself on folks' lo-fi records and their classic pops and their classic rock and hip-hop records. For some reason, this thing just never goes away. And the SK1 really helped set the standard of what a mini keyboard should be. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Casio SK1 keyboard. What had happened was, so this is your boy Dom.
Cool. I don't like. I'm still like thinking it's not that cool. Remember the buttons for different like sounds, like there's like actual beats that you play on as well too. So yeah, that's all the reason. But I still feel like I still miss opportunity with that as well too. Let me see, Boston. If I remember Boston, I remember that being one of them town sounds. What was it? Had a Boston Nova sound. It may have been this one right here, the SA1. It's probably the one I might have had. I'm trying to figure this out, like which one was the one that I had as a kid that had like the feature where you hit the buttons and you play different beats and stuff like that. I like really it probably wasn't this though. I feel like I feel like my brother had this one. I think this was this one. I think it's this one right here, the SA35. I think so. I really think it's this one. I think so. It's something close to it though. It's some anyway. It's definitely Castle just like that though. Either way, other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.